Hey guys, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the co-founder of Garage Gym Life, and every now and then I like to do a video that talks a little bit more about, you can kind of, I guess you can kind of call it like the philosophy of being a home gym owner. More like so I guess you can kind of look at it like maybe a tips and tricks video, a different way of looking at things. And this actually is a good time to do it because I'm working on a review for the Hyperice X shoulder contrast therapy device, and Naomi is working on a review for the Bells of Steel Blitz indoor cycle. So we're both working on those, and then we also have another product that's on its way that should arrive middle of this week, and we're going to be doing a reveal video on that one. So this is the perfect time for me to do this video. I've been wanting to do it, I just haven't had a slot in the publication schedule for our videos, so that we, because we have to honor the contracts that we make when we partner with a brand. So anyway, so this time is perfect. So since probably, I'd say maybe November of 2024, I've been looking at our home gym and trying to figure out ways that we could improve it. And when we did our end of the year recap video, which you guys can watch by clicking the link that's going over my head right now, you can see that we were talking about the stuff that we liked from 2024. Well, we were also supposed to do a video. We ended up not doing a full video, but we were also supposed to do a video that talked about our wish list, things that we wanted for 2025. And my biggest wish, or the highest thing on my needs list, was to organize the gym. So I'm focusing on stuff to organize the gym. Now, we've already done some of that stuff by getting some things here and there. So you've seen some of the products that I'm going to mention in this video, but we were committed to organizing the gym because we've got a lot more stuff in here than we did at the beginning of 2024. And I hate clutter. I hate not being able to find what I'm looking for when I want it. Also, both of our time is really, really compressed. Naomi has worked 16-hour days, and so whenever it's time for her to work out, she needs to be able to get in the gym, do what she wants to do, and get out quickly. I have long days. I work 12-hour night shifts part of the week. The rest of the week I'm working, doing stuff for Garage Gym Life. So my time is very compressed as well. So I also need to get in the gym and out efficiently. And then there are times when we're working out at the same time. So if I'm training and she's training at the same time, then it's even more imperative that we can move around in the gym and find the stuff that we're looking for quickly without having to kind of climb over this, find that, stumble over that, and also so that we're not getting each other's way. I'm going to go ahead and take you downstairs to the gym, and we'll talk about some of the things that we did. Most of them were fairly inexpensive things, but it's really making a big difference in how much we enjoy using our home gym. And that to me is a very important part of being a successful home gym owner. You gotta enjoy using your home gym, or else you're never gonna reach your fitness goals because you won't even wanna be in there. So come on, let's go downstairs and I'll show you what I got for you. Okay, so if you had seen our home gym in December of 2024, I've had people see the gym and they pretty much say, "Oh, you guys got a lot of stuff." And that's sort of a compliment. But to me, it looked like it was just a disorganized mess. Whenever I would come in here, and just my initial impression when I first walked in, they'd be like, there's just stuff everywhere. And it really came to the forefront when I did the cable attachments video. And I was having to walk around all over the place, getting cable attachments from over here, getting cable attachments from over there in that corner. And I just realized that something had to change. Additionally, I was pulling stuff out to set up for that video, and my wife was like, when did we get that? I didn't even realize we had that. And so it just kind of pointed out, or it emphasized the fact that we needed to organize things. So let's go ahead and I'll tell you about the first thing we did. So the very first thing we did to kind of bring order to the chaos was we got this vertical plate tree from Bells of Steel. That video is going over my head right now. Now, we already had a vertical plate tree, but this one is a little bit more robust than the one that we had before. And we still have that one. It's actually outside that door. It's got all of our other bumper plates on it. But by getting this plate tree, not only were we able to put all of my wife's bumper plates in one location, but also for the purposes of organizing the gym, we were able to put all of the bars that she uses on this vertical plate tree bar holder. All right, so what that did, the trickle down effect of that is that it then freed up an empty slot on this vertical bar holder, which meant I was able to put our open trap bar from Bells of Steel in that slot, which means that it was no longer needed to be stored over here on the deadlift platform. The reason why I didn't like storing it on the deadlift platform is anytime I wanted to deadlift, I'd have to move it. Anytime I wanted to do anything with the platform, I'd have to move the trap bar out of the way to somewhere over here. Well, now if I'm deadlifting and Naomi's working out at the same time, now the open trap bar is in her way. So just by getting the vertical plate tree and bar holder, that meant that we were able to free up a lot of space. And that got us on the road to becoming not just more efficient, but more organized. Second thing we did was over here in this corner, you notice, as I mentioned, we had cable attachments everywhere, right? So some of them were on that ledge behind the Bells of Steel single stack cable tower. Well, I was able to bring the ones that were just laying loose over here to the pegboard and hang it up, because what was hanging over here was actually an old comic book rack that I got from a convenience store back, I think in 2009, maybe 2010. I was working for Marietta Power at the time, and we went out on a service call. And after we finished doing what we had to do, I noticed this old white comic book rack, and they were going to get rid of it. They were throwing it away. And I said, "Can I have it?" They said, "Yeah, sure." So I threw it in the back of the bucket truck because my mind was already working. So I came home, and that's where I stored all of my miscellaneous powerlifting stuff. So my wrist wraps, my knee sleeves, all that stuff was on there. But because it was hanging on the pegboard, that meant I didn't have enough room to put the cable attachments on there. So what I did is move the comic book rack. But more than that, my wife said she didn't want it to look like an eyesore, and I enjoy having a happy wife. So I went over to Home Depot and I purchased a bottle of metallic gloss black paint for about $6.50 and repainted it. So now this is that comic book rack. It's repainted, and I've got all the stuff that we need that we use all of the time in our workouts. That's right over here. And it's just nice and organized. What used to be over here was this basket, and it was just stuffed with things. Massage gun, everything was in here. And so whenever we did videos, we tried to never show this corner because the basket was hanging like this and stuff was literally falling out of it. So now this is much more organized, and these few things that are still in here, I'm going to take them and put them out there on another shelf that we happen to have. But this looks so much better than it did before. And then another thing we did, since I got rid of that basket, I was also able to take a hook that we happen to have, and I just screwed it into the wall, and now massage gun hangs right there. And this is not permanent. Well, the massage gun's still gonna hang here, but we're gonna change this because I've got some more of these hooks that look like a bicep. I've got more of these coming, got them from Etsy. In fact, I actually have a video review of them on the channel, and that's going over my head right now too. So you guys can check that out. But anyway, so I've got some more coming. And so we're gonna replace this hook with another one of those arm hooks. And then we're also going to get another shelf right here. This is where I put my Stanley jug, my water jug, when I'm working out, because it doesn't fit in my cup holder. But this isn't quite as sturdy as I want it to be. So we're gonna get a sturdier kind of shelf, and that's gonna replace this. A couple more things that we have over here that I noticed in the process of doing this, and you guys probably, if you've had a home gym for any length of time, let's say more than 5 years, you probably are gonna realize that you might have a similar problem. So over the 20 years the over 20 years that I've been a home gym owner, I've accumulated stuff. And some of that stuff I no longer use. So I mentioned Marietta Power. Well, while I worked there, I decided I want to try to play around with using chains in some of my training. So that's why I've got all this chain right here. I don't need that chain anymore. All right, I don't train that way. So all that chain is going to go away, which means I'll have a clear, this area right here is going to be clear. So if I need to put something here to keep it out of the way, I can do that. Additionally, something else that I don't need, it feels like everything's from Marietta Power, right? So this is my kid's old jump rope. Hang that back over here. And we're planning on getting a wall control metal pegboard, by the way. So that's going to be part of the process of upgrading the gym, making it look better. But anyway, this is my old harness that I used when I was working out of the bucket truck. I brought this home with me because I was going to use it with my sled so that I could harness up and then drag it. I don't need to do that anymore because if I do any sled work, typically I just put my dip belt around my hips. That's actually the primary way that Louis Simmons used to recommend that lifters did that, so you can get a little bit more work for your hips, keep them mobile, keep them strong. So I don't actually need this harness anymore. So this harness can now go away. So all I'm trying to get you guys to think about is all of the stuff that you have in your home gym that maybe it served a useful purpose at one time, and now it's just kind of taking up space. You have no need for it at all. It's okay occasionally to go through it, and at the new year is a good time. Go through, look in your home gym, see if you've got stuff in there that you no longer use and you know you're not going to use going forward. And this is a perfect time to get rid of some of that stuff, clear up the clutter, because in the process, you're going to make your home gym a more inviting and effective space in which to train and pursue your fitness goals. Because remember, if you don't enjoy training in there, you're not going to go in there to train, which means you're not going to get any closer to achieving those goals that you really want to achieve. All right, so that's my little bit of advice. Hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, we're going to have more product reviews coming up next week. We also got a product reveal, so you guys stay tuned for that. All right, thanks for watching.